Elon Musk, often referred to as a brilliant innovator, has recently sparked curiosity by discussing the potential consequences of the Euphrates River drying up. This river has gained significant attention worldwide due to its immense importance. Many people have turned to Google to search for information about the Euphrates, captivated by its intriguing significance. Interestingly, the Bible mentions the drying up of the Euphrates as a sign of the end of the world, and now Elon Musk advised people to be careful. He is raising a cautionary flag regarding the potential implications of such a scenario. The rest of the world also perceives the Euphrates with great interest and importance, recognizing its historical, cultural, and geopolitical significance. In today's video, we will explore these aspects and shed light on the global perspective of the Euphrates River. Stay tuned for informative and shocking facts. Elon Musk has been raising concerns about potential threats and dangers, including the possibility of the Euphrates River drying up. Some people believe that when the river dries up, it could have global implications, similar to how houses float when the tide rises. The Euphrates River holds historical significance and serves as a natural landmark tied to important events from the past. Throughout history, individuals claiming to be doomsayers have attempted to predict the timing of the second coming and the final judgment, despite Jesus Christ's statement that only God possesses that knowledge. These predictions often evoke discussions and debates on various platforms, including websites, Bible study groups, and churches. Recently, new reasons have emerged, according to certain prophets, fueling the belief that the end of the world may be imminent. However, it is important to approach these discussions with an open mind and remember the uncertainty surrounding such prophecies. However, it is important to note that the notion of people appearing scared in relation to the Euphrates River is not supported by factual evidence. The reason for discussing the Euphrates River is to provide a comprehensive understanding of its historical and geographical significance, rather than to convey a scary story. Rest we assure you that the information we are about to share regarding the Euphrates River will be intriguing and thought-provoking. The Euphrates River has played a significant role in the development and prosperity of many ancient cultures, particularly the Mesopotamian kingdom. Stretching over 1,740 miles, the Euphrates stands as the longest river in Western Asia, originating in eastern Turkey and flowing all the way to the Persian Gulf. Along its course, the river traverses Iraq, Syria, and Turkey, sustaining diverse vegetation and plant life. Over the course of thousands of years, human activity has greatly transformed the surrounding landscapes of the Euphrates River. However, remnants of ancient vegetation still thrive in the region. The river primarily receives its water from rainfall and snowmelt, resulting in its peak flows during the months of April and May. It is highly likely that you are already familiar with the historical significance of Babylon. This particular stretch of the river exemplified its role in water transportation. Babylon, once a modest harbor on the Euphrates, eventually grew into the capital of the vast Babylonian Empire. Situated in present-day Iraq, remnants of this ancient city can still be found there. Under the leadership of Hammurabi, Babylon emerged as one of the most influential cities of its time. In more recent history, the borders of Southwest Asia were reshaped following the signing of the Treaty of Lausanne in 1923, which marked the dissolution of the Ottoman Empire after World War I. According to the Treaty of Lausanne in 1923, the countries situated along the Euphrates River, then Turkey, France, and the UK, were required to reach an agreement regarding water usage and the construction of hydraulic infrastructure. A subsequent agreement in 1946 stipulated that Turkey must inform Iraq if there were any changes in the flow of the Tigris-Euphrates River system. Additionally, Iraq was granted permission to construct dams on Turkish territory in order to regulate the flow of the Euphrates. In the 1970s, Turkey initiated the Southeastern Anatolia Project, commonly known as GAP. This ambitious plan aimed to harness the waters of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers for irrigation and hydroelectric power generation, while also stimulating economic growth in the southeastern region of the country. The Kaban Dam and the Tapka Dam were both constructed in the same year and represented the first dams on the Euphrates in Turkey and Syria. In 1975, the reservoir of the dams began to fill. During that time, a severe drought hit the region, resulting in a significant decline in water flow into Iraq from the rivers. The volume of water decreased from 159 cubic kilometers in 1973 to only 4 cubic kilometers in 1975. In response to this crisis, Iraq threatened to bomb the Tapka Dam, which created a global issue. Eventually, negotiations took place involving Saudi Arabia, the Soviet Union, Iraq, and Syria, leading to an agreement between Iraq and Syria. The construction of dams and irrigation systems along the Euphrates River has had a profound impact on the environment and cultural fabric of each country along its banks. Subsequently, the construction of dams to bridge the gap between the Euphrates and Tigris rivers resulted in the displacement of approximately 200,000 people, as 382 villages were submerged. In recent years, the water levels of the Euphrates is quite concerning, as the flow of water from Turkey to Syria is less than 200 cubic meters per second, and this data is totally based on current research. So maybe this is a warning for everyone out there, and this flow is less than half of what was agreed upon between the two countries in 1987. Recent photographs taken along the riverbank are quite scary because a significant portion of the riverbed is dried. These areas were once of great significance to the local communities, but have now transformed into arid landscapes. Visual evidence of the Rojava Dam, which is the second largest dam on the Euphrates River in Syria, indicates a substantial decline in the water level. The visible effects of reduced water levels in the region are heading towards destruction. The scarcity of water has a breathtaking impact on the water levels in Syria's dam lakes, resulting in a frequent decline in electricity production and supply. The available agricultural land along the Euphrates has been greatly reduced, which has negatively affected farming activities. However, the most critical consequence lies in the growing challenge of accessing clean drinking water because it's a basic human body need. This severe water crisis has led to serious health problems, causing widespread diseases among the vast population. The autonomous administration of northern and eastern Syria expressed concerns regarding the Turkish government's intention to reduce the water level of the Euphrates River. They emphasized that such actions could lead to humanitarian crises and jeopardize the lives of approximately 9 million Syrians residing along the river. The authorities who are truly responsible for the dams in Syria have appealed to human rights organizations and the global community to look and halt Turkey's actions. The shocking rate at which the historic and spiritual Euphrates River is drying has ignited widespread tension. Geologists, too, are scared by the reducing water levels, making it challenging to identify the underlying cause of this never-ending problem. Furthermore, the United Nations has issued serious warnings about escalating heat waves in the Mediterranean region. As a result of this cycle, Lake Assad is deteriorating, and according to the World Climate Danger Index, Syria is among the most affected nations. Some individuals have even predicted a connection to the Book of Revelation in the Bible, as there are few possible explanations for the drying up of the river. The ongoing changes described in the Bible do not come as a surprise to many individuals who interpret them as prophecies. The alarming aspect is that these predictions of the end of the world seem to be unfolding before their very eyes. A significant concern arises from the belief held by numerous individuals that Iraq will play a crucial role in the culmination of these events, as indicated in important passages from the Book of Revelation. Chapter 16 of the Book of Revelation specifically mentions the Euphrates River, stating, "The sixth angel poured his bowl on the great river, the Euphrates, and its water was dried up to prepare the way for the kings from the east." This verse signifies that due to the contents of the bowl, the river underwent a drying up process. Throughout history, previous judgments in the form of bowl pourings have resulted in the loss or contamination of a significant portion of the world's water sources. It is important to note that these interpretations stem from religious beliefs and should be approached with the understanding that different individuals may hold varying interpretations of these passages. The mentioned events in the Bible are not related to worsening the water quality or restricting its usage. Rather, they appear to be associated with the destruction of a defensive barrier, enabling the kings from the east to launch an attack. Repeatedly described as the Great River, the Euphrates served as a geographical marker, demarcating the eastern border of Israel's land. During ancient times, the Euphrates River played a significant role in ensuring the safety of Israel. It served as a natural barrier, coupled with the presence of a desert, protecting them from neighboring Canaan, the Promised Land located to the west. Stretching over 2,000 miles, the river flowed towards Palestine before turning southeast and eventually reaching the Persian Gulf. In the context of the 1st century, when the Book of Revelation was written, the Euphrates River acted as a dividing line between the western and eastern regions. To the east lay prominent kingdoms such as China and India. An intriguing historical event took place when Cyrus of Persia's army captured Babylon by altering the course of the Euphrates River, which previously passed through the city. By diverting the river and causing it to run dry, they successfully infiltrated and conquered Babylon. According to the teachings of the Great Tribulation, a future scenario predicts an adversary from the east crossing the Euphrates, marching through Babylon, and ultimately entering Palestine. In the book of Revelation, specifically in chapter 9, verse 14, God commands the sixth angel, who holds the trumpet, to release the four angels who are bound near the mighty Euphrates River. This passage raises questions regarding its meaning and significance. Additionally, in Exodus 27:2, John hears a voice originating from the four horns of the brass altar. These scriptural references invite further exploration and interpretation. According to the biblical account in Revelation, a divine voice instructs the sixth angel, accompanied by a bell, to release the four angels who are currently held captive at the Euphrates River. In the past, this river served as the boundary between Israel and Assyria. The book of Revelation emphasizes God's sovereignty over all things, whether by permission or direct intervention. In the eschatological context, it is emphasized that evil will ultimately be held accountable and no wrongdoing will go unpunished. The text denotes these captive beings as demons, indicated by their state of being bound. Demons are depicted as fallen angels, often associated with metaphorical chains of gloomy darkness. The Euphrates Valley is linked symbolically to sin, as it is connected to the confinement of these four angels. During the 2022 Watchers meeting on September 17, Joseph Cabaletta made a startling revelation. He skillfully deciphered the intricate prophecies of the Bible, demonstrating that many predictions regarding the end of the world have already transpired. Notably, one recent prophecy that has materialized is the revival of the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea, characterized by its lack of marine life, vegetation, and animals, is renowned as the saltiest body of water on earth. However, in Ezekiel 47, God conveyed to the prophet Ezekiel that the water would be restored to purity, allowing living creatures to thrive once again. This prophecy was validated in 2016 when freshwater fish ponds were discovered along the banks of the Dead Sea. Additionally, Cabaletta provided further insights into the harrowing battle foretold in Ezekiel 38 and Revelation 9, which is prophesied to unfold near the Euphrates River during the last days. As per the Bible, a massive coalition consisting of 200 million individuals from various countries, including Turkey, Syria, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait,